Dear Flat Earth, please help me. Tell NASA what you can do.
Oh, tell NASA what? No, we'll never know. And don't panic, everyone. I've just got contact lenses in. It's still me.
Go nuts on my nuts.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Playing a Blinder with me, the Creaky Blinder. Now, I've been waiting to say this for a while, but today's video is sponsored. Say what? Yeah, it's sponsored by Morella Sands, author of the Angel Share series from World Posse Press, as well as other novels, so check out her Amazon page. And also, she's just started a YouTube channel, so you may want to check that out as well. The links are down in the description. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at everybody's favourite Pratt, Daniel. So stick around. We'll do that now. Tidy!
Dear Flat Earth, please help me. Tell NASA what you could do with $1.3 million per state per day.
This old chestnut again. So what exactly do you think they're doing with it, Daniel?
I could feed a lot of people with that money. I could build a lot of homes with that money.
Build a lot of homes? Well, based on your current surroundings, I'm not entirely sure anybody would want you to build them a home.
And by telling the people, you know what, I'm going to build you a home, but you need to help me build it so that you can learn how to build it and pay it forward to the next guy so that we can get people established with shelter and food.
Oh, maybe you're not a complete knobhead after all, but unfortunately, Mr. Pratt, NASA's budget is spoken for, strangely enough, by NASA. Because despite what flat earthers seem to think, they're not just wasting the money on parties and cool gadgets, they're actually doing groundbreaking research with it daily. The exact breakdown varies from year to year, but generally about half of the NASA's annual budget is spent on human spaceflight activities, 30% on robotic missions and scientific research, and the remainder split between aeronautics, technology development programs, salaries, because NASA's employees want to get paid. I know, shocking, right? Facilities management and other bits and pieces, so they're actually spending it.
I'll build you a garden, I'll teach you how to do it, give you some land to raise a few livestock if you choose.
Hang on just a second. So are you saying that you should be given sole responsibility for $22.6 billion a year, and you will see to it that it gets fairly distributed amongst the less fortunate?
Because people that are secure in their shelter and their food situation are much less likely to want to go to war with people, be so worried about everybody else's business. They're kind of busy keeping themselves sustained and going on vacations and exploring the world because they don't have to now go to a job.
Right, I see where you're coming from now. So Daniel Pratt's perfect world would be this. And please, if I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, let me know down in the comment section. So instead of NASA actually using their budget for what it's required, you think that NASA's $22.6 billion budget should be given to you, and you will distribute it amongst your peers and ensure that they never need to work another day in their life? And they can build a house, raise sheep and pigs and penguins. Oh no, penguins are evil, aren't they? They guard the ice wall. But that's what you're getting at. Give you NASA's budget so you and your friends don't need jobs.
Every day to be a slave in order to have those things that every person should easily have in 2020.
And every person can have those things easily in 2020 if they are prepared to go out and work for it. So I'm right. That's exactly what you're saying. The people shouldn't have to work. Things should just be handed to them.
But we live in anything but. We live in a society where people will bitch about welfare people when they're actually at least doing something with their tax dollars and feeding people. Yet when you tell them NASA is giving you nothing, let's just for a minute go back to the whirling, twirling monkeys we were before.
Speak for yourself, Danny boy. I was never a whirling, twirling monkey. I've always been just me. The guy that gets up every day and goes out to work 7 days a week, because there's no such thing as a free ride in this world. And you were definitely just one of those people that has absolutely no idea what NASA does with their money. For example, I'm guessing that you were filming your YouTube video on a smartphone because you're too cheap to buy a camera, or can't afford a camera because jobs are for losers. You do realize that we only have smartphone cameras because of a NASA discovery, don't you? They needed a small portable camera that could take high quality pictures for space missions, and now that exact technology is used in all smartphones.
What if NASA was telling the truth, okay, as far as they're really in space? Regardless, they've given you nothing in 40 years.
You're absolutely right. Again, Mr. Pratt, absolutely nothing. Apart from, of course, artificial limbs, scratch-resistant lenses, insulin pumps, various firefighting equipment, the dustbuster, LASIK eye surgery, shock absorbers for buildings, solar cells, water filtration systems, better developed tyres for vehicles, wireless headsets, adjustable smoke detectors, invisible braces, freeze-dried food, as I said earlier, camera phones, baby formula, the shears of life, which save many people from car accidents, grooved pavements for better grip, air purifiers, memory foam, workout machines, home insulation, infrared thermometers, ice-resistant airplanes, portable computers, LEDs, 3D food printing, computer mice. So yeah, virtually nothing, Dan. Nothing at all of value.
You take an average of 20 billion a year? All that money has gone to CGI.
CGI.
The astronauts drink their pee.
Ew, but in fairness, there are some flat earthers that drink their pee. Hi, Dave.
And can brush their teeth in space and can play with water bubbles in space. That's what your billions and 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 billions of dollars have gotten.
You really are an idiot of the highest order, aren't you? Just carry on.
Absolutely jerk off nothing but stage play. And the fact that that doesn't infuriate people way more than, but they get you to, oh, the welfare bums. They're ruining my life. When those people have nothing to do with your life.
Now, Mr. Pratt, you of all people should know this better than anybody. People who are in receipt of welfare are not bums. They're unfortunate because they do need to rely on the state for financial support for varying reasons, which I won't go into because it's a very, very personal and divisive topic. But you do realize that the welfare budget in America alone is $1.163 trillion a year. Does a trillion come after a billion? I'm not really sure. But it's basically 687 billion is spent each year on Medicaid, and 476 billion each year is spent on other forms of welfare. So those two added together. But it's definitely more than 22.6 billion, Daniel, which you want to claim for yourself and distribute amongst your hick friends.
And again, if we had $1.3 million per day per state for someone responsible with a conscience and cares about his fellow man, taking care of it, we could get all those people self-sustainable so you don't have to worry about them anymore.
And I suppose you're just the man for the job, Dan. Look out, Donald Trump. Mr. Pratt is on his way to the White House. Do you know, I feel like I'm getting a little bit ranty in this video, and I don't mean to, but this is really infuriating me because money's not easy to come by for anybody. We have to go out and earn it. We have to go out and work for it. And for those who can't, who are unable for whatever reason, then yes, they do have to rely on the welfare state, which is a real shame. But there is no shame in it, if that makes sense. But why does Daniel Pratt think that NASA's budget is going to make the world of difference? There's already billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions. Was that enough billions, Daniel? I forgot how many you said. but there's already a massive pot of money available for the welfare state. Why would the $22.6 billion that NASA get awarded each year make the difference? It wouldn't.
See, in a real civilized, advanced society, we wouldn't have all these dependent people. We would be teaching these people things, instead of keeping them ignorant through media and social media.
So now it's social media's fault that there are people living on the breadline and having to rely on the welfare state. So it's not just NASA's fault and their $22.6 billion a year budget, it's social media as well.
And yet I'm constantly told, and all the flat earthers are told how, it's asinine. And then you say, Jesus came to divide the wheat from the tares and wake people up. And again, you're called crazy when it's plain as day. That's exactly what's going on. Because the answers are so easy. They always have been.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what Jesus has got to do with anything at all, Daniel. But I just can't believe that an adult male is sitting there uploading his ramblings to a social media platform whilst complaining that social media is evil, along with NASA, obviously. I just can't believe that you've got the gall to put this sort of content out there. What you're basically telling anyone who's watched your video is you're too lazy to work. It's not fair that NASA gets $22.6 billion a year, which they don't spend on anything. Obviously, they just waste it, when you could have it and you could help your friends with it. Really? Are you really that stupid? Actually, you are just proving unequivocally how stupid all flat earthers are, because there's a very, very high percentage of them who think like you. You're all idiots, and you don't deserve to share the same oxygen as normal, everyday, contributing people. And just for clarity, because I don't want to be accused of bashing a particular group of flat earthers, the ones that aren't idiots are pretending to be idiots because they're earning money from it. Maybe if you tried a little bit harder, Daniel, you could earn money from being a flat earther instead of putting this crap up every 5 minutes, and then you'd be able to support yourself instead of having to hijack NASA's budget because you're too bone idle and ignorant to get a job that'll actually pay you a living wage and you'll be able to support your family.
But the devil makes everything complicated, overcomplicates everything.
What the hell has the devil got to do with anything? He's just another fictional character developed by Christians to terrify people into behaving because they're afraid of going to hell.
Like the globe. Even though you feel you're stationary, you're really moving at thousands of miles, millions of miles an hour. Even though you see no curvature, it's really a ball, Over confuses, and then when you say, well, what's your proof it's a globe? You get this long dissertation of just bullshit. And then you say, well, can you just show me? Oh, no. Didn't you hear what I said? You just don't understand.
And that would be very accurate, Dan, because it is difficult to understand. It's difficult for some people to comprehend. Because why am I bothering to try and explain it to you? Because as Mark Twain said, and this is my favourite quote, there is no amount of evidence that can persuade an idiot. And you, Daniel Pratt, are an idiot.
It's literal insanity, and because that's the way we were told it would be.
Now, I know I'm probably wasting my breath here, but Daniel, don't you think that there's a really good reason why we are taught that we live on a globe? Is it maybe that we do? Tidy! Okay, so allow me to summarise and apologise for slightly losing my patience a little bit with Daniel Pratt, but can you blame me? So, just a message to the American government. Next year, or this year if it's not too late, because I don't know if your financial year runs from April to April, but if it does, April is just coming up, screw NASA. They don't need $22.6 billion a year. They're just wasting it after all. Daniel Pratt and his hillbilly pals need it. So give it to them. It really is that simple. If you're new, I really would appreciate if you were to share this video and hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like. Feed the algorithm beast. Help Creaky out. You want to do it. Don't be shy. Don't forget this was a sponsored video and the links are down in the description. Go and show some support. Do it for me, please. I'm the Creaky Blinder, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care everyone, bye bye.